Are we live?
Yep.
Hello, Internet. This is the June 2nd Jupyter IPython Dev meeting. We have a small group today. I think it's just Jonathan and a small Berkeley crowd. We have a few people on various combinations of travel and meetings and teaching and other forms of busyness.
Yeah, small agenda today. I was poking around IPython, and one of the things that is changed in the default namespace is the injection of deep reload. And I was wondering if we should still special case that or change it to have only explicit imports.
I will be honest in that I didn't even know it was put into the default namespace. But yeah, if you type dereload at an IPython prompt, there it is.
And you have an option to automatically override reload with deep reload somewhere.
Yeah, this is so old and so creaky. I remember it being there because I put it there 15 years ago.
It's still there.
I think it's fine if we take it out. I mean,
So one cycle of deprecation, or?
Sure, in the spirit of doing things nicely and cleanly, and just in case it bugs someone. I mean,
I can always guarantee that it will bug someone.
yeah, there is an XQCD for that, right?
Yeah,
the Emacs XQCD.
And how could humans possibly live without this essential feature that only I knew existed?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think the more we fall back into making our namespace as standard as possible, the better.
Yeah, there is one thing we merged this week, which is not standard and might become a standard in CPython at some point in the future. Deprecation warning with by default being shown in the interactive REPL if they come from your code.
Okay, yeah, but Nathaniel is trying to make that a standard into CPython, and that actually makes sense.
But now it's already in IPython.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but that's kind of the opposite. It's being pushed to become a standard into CPython. Yeah, no, yeah, sure. +1 to okay. I'll comment on the issue.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, it was probably a piece of code you might have special insight of why it's here.
No, I mean, there's a lot of things that were. I mean, IPython was
throw everything in.
Throw everything in and the kitchen sink at the beginning, just because it might be convenient early on, and I think over time we've realized that we probably want to back off a little bit from that.
Yeah.
And make our extensions be a little bit more controlled.
Okay, so the second point is something both Thomas and I saw, a new continuous integration. Continuous integration tool that checks the appearance of web pages for changes.
For posterity on the internet, like we're talking about a site called Percy.io here.
Yeah,
well, actually, before we finish this one, I just realized, what do we mean by stop doing that? Do we mean removing the feature altogether, or do we mean?
Yeah. I mean removing, putting it in the interactive namespace, and ultimately we might spin deep reload out into a separate little package. But yeah, we're exhausted with splitting packages for now, and that can be pushed further down the line. It's not really doing any harm.
It's easy if you just do in your startup file from deep reload import deep reload as reload, it works. So there is no point in having a configuration option in IPython itself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one cycle where we deprecate, and like for 5.0 or 4.1, depending on how we decide to number thing, remove the piece of code that deals with.
Yeah. I would.
I don't think you should remove things in a bug fix release. I think that kind of destroys your claim that it's a bug fix release.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
5.0. So Percy.io.
It's to investigate that to test UI notebook regressions.
So would that integrate with our GitHub hooks?
Yes, and it has an image here of like a automatic GitHub pull request integration.
Okay.
So it looks like it builds a web page. It runs your web thing, looks at it in some kind of simulated browser, and takes a snapshot of the interface at some state, and then it will like highlight the differences if there are any differences from the last time that it did this, and if it will mark it as a problem if there are differences, and then you can go and look at it and you can click approve if the differences are okay.
And if you approve it, does it update the GitHub?
I would
Yeah, you
assume
can.
so. Yeah.
If you click approve, it does a PR on your PR, and you mirror the PR on your PR, and then your PR is passing.
Ah, got it. Okay, that's nice.
As far as I understood, that's how it works.
I would assume that it just changes the status on the build indicator to say this is okay now.
Yeah, but
update
once your
this.
PR is merged into master, you need things to not fail anymore on master.
Sure, but it's deciding what fails, right? So it can just say, you have approved this. This is okay.
Have either of you tried it yet, or are we just guessing?
No, I imagine it will take some amount of setup. I imagine
Yeah,
you'll have to
and-
write some kind of like script to.
Yeah, and it's still on invite only.
We don't have. I mean, like, how often do we really have visual regressions? It's not.
I feel like that's something that has happened quite a bit. I mean, it's essentially a way of like testing your HTML and CSS, isn't it?
Because you basically don't upload an image to Percy. You upload a like HTML page,
Mhm.
like the current status of the HTML. So it can do some apparently fancy stuff, but anyway, it's to investigate, to keep under the radar.
Okay. Well, next point, if you guys are ready to move on.
Yep.
I've been working on docs lately, and I'm at the point where I'm going to try to integrate some of the JS doc work I did. I think I did it late last year, so like half a year ago. And I was just wondering if that is something that we want to do, if we do want to include some of our JavaScript docs with our docs that we're committing to, and if so, what we want to document. My initial feeling was that things that people use, like Notebook.js, Cell.js, CodeCell, Markdown Cell, those would be things that we would document and just kind of leave the rest in the dark for now. But I wanted to see what you guys.
Can we apparently TypeScript as a thing that allow to generate docs, which is sane.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then apparently TypeScript was saying.
Yeah, we will get to that later. And anyway, I don't think we are ready to commit to having stable API, especially since we, again, want to rewrite the whole JavaScript.
Mhm.
Do you
So
think
should we just forego?
we don't want to rewrite all the JavaScript?
Should we just
I want to
forego?
rewrite JavaScript, the language itself.
Who want to rewrite all the JavaScript?
Yes. No.
Will we ever get to the point where we don't want to rewrite everything?
We take over the world one language at a time. So I wouldn't put too much effort in writing docs. And anyway, we will have to write docs for that because we are doing a tutorial at SciPy on JavaScript, right?
Yeah. No. I wasn't planning on writing any handwritten docs. I mean, this is just integrating JS doc with our Sphinx docs.
You're free to do that on your free time.
Yeah. But if you have free time, then we're not working you hard enough.
Exactly.
Okay, so no JS doc in the Sphinx docs, not even Notebook.js or Cell.js.
I'd kind of be inclined to say like it shouldn't be a priority. Like if there is spare time before 4.0 where like there's nothing else that we need you to be doing, then feel free to work on it. But at the moment, I think we should be focusing on getting 4.0 out, and if it goes out without JavaScript docs, then I think we can live with that.
Okay, fair enough. So I just
that seems like an understandable compromise to me.
Yeah.
But I am sensitive, John, to your desire to have that stuff documented. I think it's more a matter of the fact that we are trying to get 4.0 out the door, and
we can make that a SciPy sprint.
And the more things we put in front of 4.0, the more 4.0 gets delayed, and all other things being equal, we've lived without structured JavaScript docs for a while. In a sense, 3.0 and 4.0 are meant to be mostly equal modulo the big repo refactoring.
Yeah.
And so if we don't get around to building a bunch of new documentation for the JavaScript side, that's not a huge deal, right? So I would say under that argument, I think it's okay not to have them built right away. But I don't want you to feel like we're not paying attention to that consideration, because I do completely see where you're coming from, and I think it makes complete sense. What you're trying to do makes complete sense. Does that?
Yeah. No, I'm completely fine with that.
Okay, cool.
That sounds like a good plan.
So some warning on read the doc first.
Yes. So I spent a while yesterday trying to work out how we could build the Qt console docs on Read the Docs, and came to the conclusion that while it's probably not impossible, I think it would be significantly easier to just not do that. Just host the Qt console docs somewhere else. And
sure.
The root of the problem is that in order to document things like the config options and any API that we want to document, you really need to be able to import the modules, and to do that you need Qt bindings.
Oh God, don't go there. Yeah, got it.
And there are ways that you can try to mock them out, but like with all of the kind of meta class stuff that we do,
we had some error messages that we'd never seen before.
Yeah.
Type something is not safe.
Yeah, not worth our time.
Yeah.
Not.
And likewise for the notebook docs, if at some point we want to do JavaScript docs as part of the notebook docs, then that will have to be hosted somewhere else. Or I guess, we could host the Sphinx docs on Read the Docs and the JS docs somewhere else.
Yeah, you can build the doc and upload to a separate repo that just go onto the doc and unzip the doc.
Yeah. Link to them or something, or have static URLs or something. Okay.
Yeah. And so in the kind of time you spent trying to fix a simple thing and you almost give up after,
Hey children, let me tell you a story.
Yes, don't ever use TypeScript files that have underscore in their name.
In the name?
Yes.
No, it's not TypeScript files, right? It's JavaScript files that you're using with TypeScript.
No, it's TypeScript files that have underscore in the name.
Okay.
So hold on. Any
all of the JS files, if a single file has an underscore on it and you want to transform it into a TypeScript file, remove the underscore. First thing you do.
Okay.
Because otherwise,
Okay.
it works fine, but it raises error, which sometimes, depending on the method name and the module, tells you that either the method signature doesn't match, or that the method does not exist. Which is really nice when it's just a file that has an underscore on it. And we will spend 4 days trying to understand why. That's it.
Not that Matthias is bitter or anything.
Thanks for sharing that, though.
Yeah, and I haven't found anything on the internet about that, because when you look for underscore, of course, you get how to get underscore as a JS library working with TypeScript.
That's what, when I read that, that's what I thought you were saying at first.
Yes, whoever picked that name, I think, should be convicted of crimes against search engines.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Don't do it in file. Well, TypeScript underscore. Don't do it in file names.
Yeah, which are file names, are module names.
File names. Okay.
And once you found that, it starts to work much better.
All right.
Yeah, that's I
Okay.
think roughly it.
All right.
Nothing else on my end.
All right. I think we're. You guys have a bunch of admin stuff that I know Brian's been trying to make progress on over there, and we have a similar round of stuff here. So I think we'll try to make some progress on that on this end. Use the time wisely that we have spare. So no need to let this drag on.
Awesome.
Good.
All right.
All right. See you,
Later.
John. Have a good one. Take care. You're in LA, right?
Yeah, I'm in LA right now.
Okay. Enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Internet.